Yo, what up guys, Samuel here from the Soul Brothers, and I just got a highly anticipated shoe in, and it is the KD12, Kevin Durant's new signature shoe, designed by Leo Chang, I believe. There is a lot of new tech, which is pretty exciting. It's $150. If you guys want to cop, I'll leave a link in the description box. It's already available on Nike. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, it's soulbrothers_IG. So let's get it started off with the traction pattern. So the traction pattern is pretty interesting. It's like it's a multi-directional pattern, and it's basically just lines, and there is a little bit of a peak, I guess curved angle right here in the middle of the forefoot, but other than that, it's just straight lines. It reminds me a lot of the Hyperdunk 2016. There you go, just got it. Yeah, it kind of looks like the Hyperdunk 2016, and I feel like it's going to perform pretty much the same, unless the rubber compound is a little bit different. And I tried it on my Wick 4s, I tried it on at Nike, and try to see how the traction is, and it seemed pretty damn nice. Of course, it wasn't dusty. It is a little dusty in my room, so it's not grabbing as hard as it was in the Nike store. So I feel like it might be a little iffy on dust. It is a fully translucent outsole, that does worry me a little bit. But overall, I mean, if it performs anything like the KD11 did, it's going to be a really nice performing traction pattern. The overall softness of the rubber, I mean, the lines are pretty long and deep, so that's what makes it seem easy to move. But other than that, it seems pretty hard, so I feel like durability might be okay. We'll have to see on the wear and tear of the outsole as I keep playing in it. But other than that, traction pattern seems great, and not really worried at all about the traction, so it seems like it's going to be really good. Alright, moving on to the cushioning. The cushioning is super dope, and I've been asking for this actually for a long time. Why do we have strobo boards, right? So Leo Chang does watch our videos. No, I'm just kidding. But shout out to Leo Chang if he does. So he removed the strobo board and replaced that with just the zoom, which is really cool. There's a really cool animation. If I find it, I'll put it in the video. I'm not sure what the foam is, but it's basically a full-length foam. I'm guessing it's Phylon, and to the touch, it's pretty stiff. It feels like Phylon. It is very caged here on the lateral side, but on the medial side, there is a little bit of exposed foam here. But in the heel though, the heel is where it's pretty caged. So you're not gonna really be able to feel any compression. It's only, the zoom unit, which makes it feel a little bit clunky, kind of like Jordans do. I like to have a little bit of a compression, especially in the heel. Not too much, but just a little bit. But if you cage it like this, especially in the heel, makes it a little bit clunkier because there's nothing to compress, right? But since it is a rounded shape, it's a pretty nice rounded shape, I feel like it'll be a little bit smoother for the heel to toe transition. So it's not a huge deal. And of course, you have the full length zoom unit, which is articulated. You can feel it really, really well, and you can see it right there. It's super cool. Like, you remove the insole and it's right underneath your foot. You press it with your hand and it's right there. You put it on, you can feel the zoom unit right away. There also is a hex zoom pod right here. So it's basically double stacked zoom. It's bottom loaded. And that zoom feels really nice. Very bouncy, not too much actually. It feels like a great bounce, not too thick. I also like that it's articulated, because when zoom isn't articulated, it kind of makes it feel a little bit more clunky and like not as smooth, But since it is articulated, you're gonna feel the bounce in the specific area that you're supposed to feel it. So yeah, it feels great. Core feel feels pretty nice. Not the best core feel, but it feels pretty good. And also the insole is, I say it's your regular Ortholite insole. And other than that, yeah, it feels real nice. So if you like zoom, this is probably the shoe that you want to get. So there's the cushion there. Moving on to the materials. So here in the tongue, you have a pretty nice Flyknit, especially here in the back. It's really plush. It feels like a wool sweater. I don't know how that's gonna be for ventilation, but it feels very comfortable, very plush, squishy. And overlaying that Flyknit material is a screen mesh on the tongue. Now you have a KD, what is this? It's like a little really thin plastic. Do you guys hear that? Interesting, but KD's logo is right there. It's a half booty. So the tongue connects right here, and then it's pretty much free flowing after that. It kind of reminds me of the Hyperdunk 2016 Flyknit. And the overall material here in the toe area and throughout the upper is basically, the underlying material I feel like is more of a, like maybe a regular type of textile. And of course, in between that, sandwiched there is the quad axial flywire. So the flywire runs through 4 axes, which is a pretty cool idea, and when you just relax, it's like loose, and then when you put pressure on it, it tightens up and stuff like that. I don't know if that's a gimmick or not. I feel like it might be, but you know, that's a cool little touch. You can see the flywire through it, so I feel like they can, as far as like colorways go, they can do like really cool colorways. And then overlaying everything is just the screen mesh. So of course, like it kind of sucks that, you know, they got rid of Flyknit, but Flyknit is kind of overrated in my opinion, you know. But it does feel nice. It feels nice on foot. I feel like this is gonna be a lot more supportive than Flyknit is, especially in KD's past models. So I'm really happy about that. It feels nice, feels thin, feels supportive, feels soft on foot. Quality wise though, yeah, obviously screen mesh isn't the best. It doesn't feel great in hand, but on foot it feels nice. Also from, you know, KD's traditional shoes, like all of his shoes have been lows. I guess besides like, I think the 1 through 3 was like a mid cut / high cut. The 4 was a low, and then the 5 was a high, and every shoe until the 12 was a low. So if I remember correctly, yep, I think that's about right. So it is basically a mid cut. Obviously it goes around the ankle and it covers your ankle, but it doesn't go high enough to feel like really restrictive. So I feel like you're getting a little bit of ankle support or a little bit of restriction in your ankle movement, but it still kind of feels pretty good. It's not like, you know, like the Drive 4 where it's just like, or the Kobe 9, you know what I'm saying? So it feels pretty nice, and I'm not mad at the mid cut. There also is a lot of foam here in the ankle area as well. Alright, moving on to the fit. Alright, so every single KD has always run long and narrow for me. And I have a narrow foot, so usually I go down half a size. You know, like for the KD 11, KD 10, KD 9. Actually, yeah, just the past 3 models I went half a size down. But I went to the store and they had a 7.5 for me. So I was like, oh, let me try that. And it actually fits really nice. And the length is perfect for me. So and there is a little bit of like a plastic toe right here, so I guess it's good for like toe drags and comes off a lot. And I feel like, you know, that takes up a little bit of room here, so my foot literally goes like right here. So if you don't want like a super tight fit, also like it runs narrow, then I'd suggest going up half a size. You know, it does run pretty tight, but other than that, it fits real great for me. It's really easy to put on with this tongue. You know, it opens up all the way so you can just slide your foot in, and you know, you just lace up the laces and you're good to go. Of course, support in lockdown was an issue for the KD11, especially for lateral movement. But Leo Chang fixed that up right here. You know, you can see the foam coming up here in the forefoot area, and also the plastication in the heel area. And also there is an internal TPU heel counter as well. So supporting lockdown seems like it's gonna be great. Lateral containment is gonna be good probably. Yeah, I feel like you're not gonna have any issues with supporting lockdown. Alright, moving on to the weight. The weight of the KD12 is 12.7 ounces, which I'd say that's like average, you know, which is good. It feels kind of bottom heavy, you know, kind of like the KD11 was, but the materials do feel pretty minimal, especially in the toe area, and then it comes up and gets a little bit thicker in the ankle area. So not the most minimal feeling shoe and not the lightest feeling shoe ever, but it feels like it's going to be a really responsive shoe to play in, so I'm excited for that. Moving on to the aesthetics, I really like this. It grew on me, and if it's a great performer, I'm probably gonna have to buy a few pairs. And also, KD's been rocking some cool PEs. I think he had like an all red colorway. I think that's the only PE that he wore so far since the KD12 was debuted. So tell us what you guys think of the aesthetics down in the comment section below. But yeah, I feel like this is gonna be a banger, dude. The only thing I don't like is that there is no heel compression, but that's just a minor gripe. Other than that, everything feels like it's going to be great. But of course, that is a first impressions. So tell us what you guys think the overall performance is going to be down in the comment section below. And if you guys want to cop, I'll leave a link in the description box. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next one. Peace.